Easter, Taylor Hall races through center. Volstead stops him, it's over. Hall in, took a shot. Stick save, Volstead! And the Wild win! Oh, Jesper Volstead! The best performance maybe of his young NHL career!
They should all be hugging the goaltender right now, but what a night it has been for him.
Jarvis, Svechnikov, and Taylor Hall, all denied by the Great Wall of St. Paul. Jesper Volstead and the Minnesota Wild come away with both points tonight at Grand Casino Arena. Upstairs in the Al Shaver press box, Tom Reid saw that kid. It feels like he's aging right before our eyes, Tom. He's coming of age, getting comfortable in his NHL body and doing big things here for this team. There were times in this hockey game I didn't think the Wild deserved any points, let alone two, but he did his part to get him past regulation, the huge save on Blake in overtime, and then Tommy stole the show in the shootout.
Yeah, he certainly did. There's no question about it. And you look at Jesper Volstead, he has done a great job for Minnesota. The 7 games he's played, he's gone 5-0-2. He's picked up points in every one of them. He's the only goaltender in the NHL coming in the games today. They have 2 shutouts on the year, and it was just a terrific display by Volstead, and you're right, Kevin. I think all of a sudden the confidence is coming with him, and the confidence of the team with him in the net. Also, Minnesota had a good first period, but beyond that, boy, they were handled pretty good. When you look at the final shots on net, wanted to be 46-19 in favor of the Hurricanes, and that shouldn't be happening in your own building. But the bottom line is Minnesota wins the game. Both of the games they played against the Eastern Conference teams this year, that being, of course, Carolina. The score was 4-3. 4-3 for Carolina in their building, and back here in Minnesota, they had the victory 4-3.
I do want to talk about the Wild and how things have changed so dramatically for the feelings around this team from October to November, including this 5-game homestand. The first 6-game homestand, there was a stretch of 11 of 13 on home ice. The first 6-game homestand, meh at best, 2-2-2. This one's been unbelievable. But let's go back to the goaltender for a second there, Tom, and the difference that a year makes for him. He was at the bottom of the pile at the end of last season. Just a terrible year in the American Hockey League. Couldn't stay healthy, couldn't stay between the pipes, and then he comes into this one, this season gets a boost of confidence from the general manager and the head coach, knows he's going to be the backup, but man, he has taken every opportunity and just wrapped his arms around it.
And you're right, Ken. You go back to last year when he played for Minnesota for the Wild. He played what his record was 0-2 with a 4.09 goals against average. In Iowa, in 27 games, he won just 9 of those 27. And he was really in a down place, I think. But whatever he did during the summertime to prepare himself, not just physically but mentally, he came in from the start of training camp and he's worked hard and he's earned that spot right now. He and Gus together, Philip Gustafsson, have worked well together. There's challenges between the two of them. They both want to play, but only one can play. And I think they've been able to put the right people in the right place. And, of course, when you look at Minnesota trying to make those right, Freddie Shabbat, the goaltending coach, has done a great job working with both of these young kids. But Jesper has really set the star right now, and don't be surprised if he's going to be the player of the week the way he's been playing.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. 4 straight wins for him, 4-0-1 now in home starts at Grand Casino Arena. Did have that shutout streak stopped at 175 minutes and change, but still wonderful job by Jesper Volstead. Great job by this Wild team too, Tom. I talk about that 4-0-1 homestand where they grabbed 9 out of a possible 10 points, and now in the month of November, 7-1-1. This coming off a month of October where they dropped 9 of 12. Are they for real? What have they done to magically change in such a fast period of time? You remember how thick the atmosphere was around here in October. Feels like a whole different world going into the month of November.
Well, I always say when you've got goaltending that can play well for you and help you, you'll get points and you'll get confidence, and that's what's happening in Minnesota right now. Now the confidence has to come for the players themselves internally also. They have to help each other because the goaltending is doing their job. Now Minnesota has to do their job at the front end.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't been a perfect month, and most of these games have been far from perfect. Tonight is a great example. But the bottom line, they got results, they got both points, and they beat the Carolina Hurricanes 4-3 via the shootout. Tom, enjoy the road. We will talk to you later this week.
I know you'll miss us. Thanks, Kevin.
Without a doubt. That is my good friend Tom Reid up there in the Al Shaver press box following a nice 4-3 shootout win over the Carolina Hurricanes. Like like I said, Wild have won 3 straight. They finish off the homestand 4-0-1, get their 10th win of the season, and they've got life in that Central Division. They're heading out on the road for 3 straight, including in Pittsburgh on Friday, then back to the Central Division for a couple of matchups against Winnipeg and Chicago. Should be a fun few days. It should be a fun night, too, because we're only getting started here. Joe O'Donnell's making his way down to the Wild locker room, hopefully joined by Jesper Wallstedt here momentarily. John Hines as well. All that coming your way after a break. You're listening to Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino.